What's up, fellas? We out here in Illy, Philly, aka Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Man, y'all see where we at? Out here on Lindley Avenue. About to go in here and kill this assembly, put your name on the map tour. You know what it is, Coach OTB. I come from this type of scenario, I come from this type of environment. I had to think outside the box. Ever since a baby, man, that's where the saying comes. Gang, gang, since a baby. I had to think outside the box. So we out here, want to let these kids know anything's possible once you think outside the box. Put your family on the map, put your name on the map, put your state on the map.
Our guest speaker today is Coach OTB, a former student athlete who has overcome many obstacles in his life to achieve his dreams. He was raised in Phoenix, AZ, and is now a motivational speaker who shares his inspiring story with young people all over the world. As a husband, father, and advocate for education, Coach OTB is passionate about helping others reach their full potential and always persevere despite the challenges they face. Without further ado, scholars and staff, let's give Coach OTB a warm welcome and get ready to be inspired.
Hey, we're gonna try that again and I'm gonna come back, man. Hey, y'all give it up for this young lady and that dope introduction right there. Right, what's your name, Miss Lady? Envy. Give it up for Miss Envy. Give it up for Miss Envy. We're gonna do it one time since we here. What's up, Lindley Academy? Now, somebody out here haven't been watching the videos. I'm gonna try that once. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all what I do, right? Anywhere I go, anywhere, I'm a coach. I like to get the energy going. I like for the energy to be up when I get on the stage, when I get in the crowd. So I do this thing, it's an introduction. I usually say, what's up, fellas? And you guys respond with, okay, we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna say, what's up, Lindley Academy? And y'all gonna hit me with a big, what's up, coach? Everybody ready? What, is it early out here? It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. That ain't early. We're gonna try that one more time. Everybody ready? What's up, Lindley Academy? What's up, Lindley Academy? What's up, Lindley Academy? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! All right, the energy live. Real quick, who can tell me, and I'm gonna point to you, where you guys know me from and what I do?
Me?
Yep.
Well, you be, when they do 101s and Rob Seaver and you be with Travis Hunter.
I be with Travis Hunter. I like that. Some of these guys are on point, right? So what I do is I go around the country, I do these one-on-one events. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm in town this weekend for a one-on-one event with the Eagles this weekend. And hopefully everybody get out there and be able to check that out this weekend. When I got the opportunity to come speak at Lindley Academy, I was more ecstatic for that than for the one-on-ones this weekend. And I'm gonna tell you why, because this is near and dear to my heart. I come from this. I come from the same places you guys come from. I come from the same environment. Real quick background on me. I'm originally from West Virginia, Greenstown, West Virginia, small town. My pops was military. So at an early age, I ended up moving around, right? So we ended up bouncing around, went to Texas. Eventually we landed in Phoenix, Arizona. I came up in Phoenix, Arizona. Now I'm gonna tell you, my path wasn't as traditional as a lot of guys that got to play the sport, a lot of coaches that coached the game, right? My path, I had to think outside the box. That's where the name Coach OTB come from. Who knew that's what that meant? Somebody let me know. Nobody knew what that meant, right? OTB. So Coach OTB is an acronym for outside the box. Because the situation I came up in, how I was living, I was forced to think outside the box. I'm gonna be honest, I was a kid that was supposed to be dead or in jail or under the jail type of activity I was involved in. When I would come to school, when I would get in trouble and I would be dealing with the principals and whatnot, they always tell you, hey, you're gonna be dead or in jail if you act like that. Nobody's ever gonna get to know you. Nobody's ever gonna be able to get to see your true potential if you act like this. What I'm saying by that is, you guys wouldn't have been able to see me if I continued down the path that I was headed down. So I had to think outside the box. Well, what did thinking outside the box consist of? It consists of doing whatever that crowd over there was doing, I didn't want to do it. If the cool kids were over there hanging out, going to parties, doing drugs, the times that I was hanging around doing that, I was in trouble. I was in and out the system. Like, what grade are you guys in? 6th, 7th, 8th grade? Raise your hand if you're in the 6th grade. 6th grade, about 11 years old. I made that point to make this point. When I was 11 years old, that's the first time I got in trouble with the law. 11 years old. Some of you guys can't even imagine that. I got in trouble with the law. I got in trouble with the system. That set set me up to be a part of the system as a youth. And I had some hard years after that, but I had to think outside the box. I had to make a decision in my life. Did I want to continue to be with the so-called cool kids, or did I want to move from that narrative and start being with the real cool kids? And what I came to realize in life, later on in life, the cool kids were the cool kids that were getting straight A's, listening to their parents, involved in after school activities, doing their homework, being disciplined, not going with the other crowd. So the whole time while we were calling these kids nerds and saying that these kids, weren't the cool kids, in reality, what I learned in life, that those were the cool kids. So at some point, I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision to prove to myself, prove to the teachers, and prove to everybody else that I wasn't going to be just another statistic. I wasn't going to be dead, or I wasn't going to be in jail. So I had to think outside the box. So that became hard. At an early age, I had to decide whether or not I was going to hang with this group of kids or go with this group of kids or just be by myself. So a lot of times I just chose to be by myself. I chose to do my own thing because it's not popular to do the stuff that nobody wants to do, like stay out of trouble, go in the house when your mom said don't be outside after the street light, all that type of stuff. When kids weren't doing that, I had to buckle down and get disciplined and want to do that with my mindset. That pretty much propelled me as I got older to just pretty much do my own thing, right? Think outside the box, prove everybody wrong. So at the end of the day, my mentality was whatever the other people were doing, I didn't want to do it. Coach OTB wanted to be his own type of person. And I said all that to say this, to bring you to my point. If I did everything that everybody else did, you guys probably wouldn't have known me, because I'd probably still be in the system. I'd probably be dead, but I struggled with this thing knowing that I was a good kid. When I was your age and I was getting in trouble and I was being bad, that wasn't the person that I wanted to be. That wasn't who I wanted to define myself, right? I knew I had potential. I knew I wanted to be great. So how did I become great? How did I become the person that I am today? I had to focus. Who knows what the word focus is? My man right here just looking so spiffy with his collar shirt on. What's your name? Anthony. What is your definition of focus? He said, worry about your own self. My man right there with his hand raised. That's a good answer, Anthony. Worry about your own self. Okay, stay compliant to something. I like that. That boy must be reading or something. Right here, young lady with her hand up. Concentrate. I like that answer. Concentrate with the task at hand. I like that. So in order to focus, one more. To be in tune with something that you want to do. We'll use that analogy for you, right? To be in tune with something you want to do. So I had to focus. At an early age, I had I had a son at an early age, right? I had to change my life. I had to focus. So that right there caused me to want to go back to school, get an education, pursue playing football. I had to focus. In order for me to be able to do that, it took a certain type of discipline. It took a certain type of accountability. It took a certain type of sense of urgency. I got to get up in the morning every day and go to school. I got to apply myself at practice. But I didn't want to let my son down, so I had to focus. Then I had to become disciplined. Who could tell me what discipline is? Your hand went up fast right there in the red hoodie. What's your name? Zion? Oh, I like that name, Zion. What's discipline? He said when you get in trouble and your parents ground you. We know he knows about discipline. That's one form of discipline. Yes, young lady right here, what's your name? She said, when your mom takes your phone away or an electronic. People in the back, don't be afraid to answer raise your hand. I want that young lady way in the back. Go ahead and stand up and answer your question. Having consequences for your actions. Okay, let me see one more. Yeah. There you go, right there, B. Hey, you ain't got to say no more, man. That's what I'm looking for right there. So we got when you get disciplined by your parents, when you get disciplined by your teachers. He said the main answer that I was looking for. When you discipline yourself. It's called self-discipline. I don't need my mom to discipline me. I don't need my father to discipline me. I don't need the teachers and the principal to discipline me because I have self-discipline. I know I'm supposed to get up and do my homework, right? I know I'm supposed to get up and do my chores. I know I'm supposed to get up and go to school on time. That is self-discipline. I know I have to prepare properly so I can be able to practice later on this evening. I know I have to take out the trash. I know I have to do these things without anybody telling me. That is self-discipline. If you discipline yourself, it'll limit the chances of somebody else having to discipline you. And when you discipline yourself, it limits your discipline having to be a negative discipline. Everybody understand that? There's good discipline versus negative discipline. Who knows what integrity is? I got all these scholars in here. I know somebody, my man right there, you just itching to tell me what integrity is. Stand up. Owning up on something you did. That's a good one. I like that for integrity. Hey, now real quick, Coach OTB likes to get you guys to interact. Because when I was your age, where I was at, although I was a bad kid, I still was kind of shy. I still didn't want to interact. I still, didn't like to be around crowds. If you would have told me, because I'm super young, 40 plus years ago, that I'd be up here talking in front of a school or doing what I'm doing today on a national scale, I would have told you you're a liar. I wouldn't have believed it because I just didn't like being in front of crowds. So what I'm trying to get you guys to do when I ask you to stand up and speak up, enunciate your words, is getting comfortable having something to say. Because when I was young, I didn't know I had something to say. But I really had a lot to say. I just didn't know how to say it. So when I give you guys these opportunities to say something, stand up, say it with your chest, enunciate your word, and have pride about yourself. One more time. Integrity, doing something without somebody else telling you to do it. My man right here with the mask. Okay, I like that. Integrity, power. Then he dabbed on us. All right. Integrity, that's something that you do when nobody else is watching. Kind of like self-discipline, kind of like being focused, but it's having integrity about yourself. Coach told me to do this. I know he's not around right now. Technically, he doesn't know if I'm doing it or not, but I have so much integrity about myself, I'm going to do it anyway because Coach asked me to get it done. Mom asked me to get it done. Father asked me to get it done. Principal, teachers, they asked me to get it done. That's having integrity about yourself. What are you doing when nobody else is around watching what you're doing? Who can tell me what character is? She said character, the type of person you are. That's a great answer. Great answer right there, my man right here. To be yourself. I like that one. Right there in the back, you were standing up. Personality. I'm going to tell you one more. And you guys, I want you to pay attention to the words that I'm asking you, right? And these definitions that you guys are giving me. This helps build the person that you are. Next to you. That's a great answer, my man. Character is who you are in the inside. My quick definition of character is who people perceive you to be. What's the perception of Coach OTB when people see Coach OTB? What is my character? My character, I want to be loved, kind, humble, respectful. That's the character that I project when I meet people, when I see people, right? I love everybody with God love. I'm here for everybody. I have a caring, loving type of character about myself, and I have a different type of energy, right? That's part of my character. So you have focus, you have discipline, you have integrity, you have character. All those components help you make up who you are. And who you are can't nobody else be. The person that you are, God intended you to be, can't nobody else be. So although little Joey or little Sarah may dress like this and may talk like this and act like that, that doesn't necessarily mean that's who you have to be. That might not be your character. That might not be your makeup. Everybody understand that? So what I'm here to tell you guys today, in order for you to reach your full potential of the person that God intended you to be, of the person that you want to be in life, you have to focus on self. You have to discipline self. You have to have a certain self-integrity. You have to have a certain special type of character that is infectious amongst others. Who knows what infectious is? Infectious. Coach said that wrong. Infectious. Young lady right there.
Easy to catch.
Easy to catch. That's a good one. I like that one. To spread. That's a great one. So being infectious. Yeah, hey, clap it up for him because he hit that dead on the head. Being infectious could be a negative and a positive. A negative infectious can mean when somebody comes in the room, they're having a bad day, they're miserable, they're down, their energy starts to become infectious amongst the classroom and the people that are around them. They don't want to be happy. They want to be sad. They want to be negative. So guess what? Their infectious behavior causes people around them to be negative. Then you got other people that are just a light. You got some people just have an infectious light about themselves. Anytime they come into the classroom, they just light up the classroom. Their energy is positive. Everybody loves to be around this person. Everybody loves to talk to this person. That is positive, infectious behavior. Everybody understand that. So I challenge you guys today, if you want to put your name on the map, because that's what this is about. Everybody watches the video. What's the main thing that I get up there and say before I do my speech? What I want you guys to do. Come up here and say that. And tell everybody your name. Come on up here. What's your name? Zakir. And when you're watching these videos, Coach OTB starts out this video, right? I told you about focus. I told you about discipline. I told you about character. I told you about being infectious, right? We told you about integrity. That's all for you to be the person that you are so people can see you at your highest potential. And it's also for you to do what?
Put your name on the map.
To do what?
Put your name on the map.
To put your name on the map. Everybody understand that? Everybody understand? That's what this is about. I appreciate you, guys. Put your name on the map. We're at Lindley Academy, right? We're on Lindley Avenue. Do you think anybody in Phoenix, Arizona know who you are? right? You think anybody in Texas know who you are? Right? Did you guys know who Coach OTB was before he got on the YouTube? You ain't know me before I got on the YouTube how? So what I do is I go around giving kids opportunity to get exposure, but to put their name on the map. Because I truly believe there's a lot of Coach OTBs out there. I'm nobody special. When I say I was just like you, I mean I was just like you. I'm gonna give you guys a real honest truth and real fact. A lot of you guys right now are better than me because you're here right now. I wasn't even in school at this point. I was somewhere probably running the street. So for the fact that I'm standing in front of you guys know who I am. That is just a blessing in itself. But the same can happen for each and every last one of you individuals in here. Your stop isn't at Lindley Avenue. Your stop isn't at Lindley Academy. You got to think outside the box. You got to have a self type of focus, self-discipline, self-integrity, self-character. If you do all those things, putting God first, listening to your parents, coming to school, applying yourself, you too could put your name on the map, put your state on the map, put your family on the map. Because if I would have listened to everybody else that told me that I wasn't going to do anything, be dead or in jail, coming from the areas that I was coming from, that I didn't have no hope, or I was just a product of my environment, you guys wouldn't know me today. And let me tell you about that product of your environment. That is not a real thing. You go outside, you look in your neighborhood, it doesn't look the brightest. You got people out there doing things they're not supposed to do, and you guys grow up and say, hey man, I was just a product of my environment. That's all I knew. That's all I was taught. No, those are just the circumstances of your environment. You can see what's going on in your environment, and your environment can mold you into the person that you want to become. So don't think just because your environment, what you see every day, who you're around every day, what they do every day, defines who you'll be in life. You don't have to be a product of your environment. Think outside the box. You can come back to your environment, give back to your environment, and pull somebody else outside of that environment. Everybody understand what I mean by that? Think outside the box. Right now, I'm going to open up the floor for some questions about thinking outside the box, how to get your name on the map, focus, integrity, discipline. Right here, we're going to answer your question. You come up first, yep? And I'm going to tell you right now, for everybody that comes up and asks a question, please be respectful. It's not easy to get up here and speak in front of everybody. What's your name? Amari, what's your question?
My question is, I want to be a football player and do 1v1s with you.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. So he wants to become a football player and eventually be able to have the opportunity to get on the one-on-ones with me and Destroying. That's what you said. To become a football player, it takes dedication. I played 9 years of arena football, bounced around, did several different leagues. It takes dedication. You got to have good work ethic. You got to have good grades. You got to have good self-discipline. You got to have good character, right? You got to have a positive attitude. And to be honest, you could go way higher than just playing football with those components. You understand what I'm saying? What position you like to play? Tight end. Everybody give it up for Amari. Any other questions? Somebody else? How you doing? What's your name? Amir. All right, what's your question?
How you stay focused when you was on that bad path?
So Amiri had an awesome question right now. She said, Coach OTB, how'd you stay focused when you were on that bad path? I'm going to tell you like this. It wasn't hard. For me personally, I stayed prayed up. I prayed. I put God first in everything that I did. So I stayed prayed up. And then, I just didn't want everybody else to be right. So I had to prove to myself, right? In the process of proving to myself, I proved the world wrong. So how did I stay focused on that bad path? You're always going to have decisions and choices. So right before you do anything, there's a choice to be made. And you have to decide what choice you're going to make. I had choices. So everybody knows right from wrong. And it's real simple. You got a voice in your head. And when you're about to do something you know you're not supposed to do, and that voice says, hey, Amir, you shouldn't do that, you might want to listen to that voice. You get what I'm saying? Because you already know right from wrong. What do you aspire to do in life? What are your goals?
Be a basketball player.
Be a basketball player. So that's your focus is right there. She wants to be a basketball player. You can't play basketball if you're going down a bad path. So every time I get started and I'm headed down that bad path, I want to check back in and refocus and know that that's not going to allow me to play basketball. So when I'm on that bad path, you want to stay prayed up, you want to listen to that voice in your head that's telling you right from wrong. I appreciate your question, man. Good luck. My man right here. What's your name? Josh, everybody get Josh a round of applause for this courage to get up here. What's your question, Josh?
Have you ever felt like quitting football?
Josh's question was, have you ever felt like quitting football? And my answer to that is yes, several times. Not only do you probably think about quitting football, you probably think about quitting a lot of things in life. Let me tell you something about quitting, right? That's a great question, Josh. It's easy to quit. It's much harder to get started on something. So once you get started, and it took you a long time to get started, why would you quit once you got started? And once you quit something, that becomes a bad habit to where it becomes easy to quit. quit. So yeah, I've thought about quitting football. Then I've thought about all the hard work, all the long nights, all the discipline, all the sacrifice, and all the people that I'd be letting down if I were to quit football at that particular time. So I stayed prayed up, I focused, I disciplined myself, and I decided what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, and then I just knew quitting wasn't in the option. And that's a bigger point. Listen to this, because I got to make this point, especially when I'm speaking to the young youth right now. Josh asked a question about quitting the sport. That's just a game. Life is bigger than a game. So anytime you want to quit and you feel like quitting, you just got to tell yourself, past sports, I can't quit. I got to keep going. I'm depending on me. My family's depending on me. Somebody in the world that doesn't even know me is depending on me. So I can't quit on myself. And quitting on yourself, I mean in anything. Giving up in the world, giving up on life, giving up on school, giving up on your family. Just don't be a quitter. Once you quit something once, Josh, it's easy to quit something again. And you don't want to create that bad habit. I appreciate your question, my man. You guys give it up for Josh. I mean, this young lady and then that young lady, both of you guys come up at the same time. Where's my principal? Here we go. What's your name? So I apologize.
Wise.
Mr. Wise? Oh, man, listen, he got some wisdom there. I mean, his name Mr. Wise. I want you to take notice of the kids that are raising their hand, the kids that are speaking up, right? The kids that are interactive, because these are your kids of the future. These are the kids that are going to come back and give to the community. These are the kids that are being involved. Although, yeah, clap it up for them. Although you think it's something as minimal as coming up speaking to the guest speaker because he's inviting you up, these kids have something to say. These kids want to be heard. These kids want to make a difference in society. These kids want to make a difference in their life. What's your name, young lady?
Maya.
All right, what's your question, Maya?
What changed your mind not to go down the wrong path?
What changed my mind not to go down the wrong path? That's a great question. Like I said, I was always a good kid at heart, right, when I was young. But situations, circumstances, it just didn't allow me to be that. So I went down a different path. But when I initially just thought, I can't do this no more, I'm going to be honest. I was about 16 years old, 16, 17 years old. I had my first son on the way. I was sitting in the youth authority in Phoenix, Arizona. Anybody know what a youth authority is? Nobody know what a youth authority is? It's jail for kids. Yeah, Coach OTB was in jail as a kid, right? So as I was sitting in that youth authority, about to have my first son, I was playing football. I was a part of a flag football team in there, and I had a son on the way. I had a couple more months to do on this bed. By the time I came home, my son would be born, and I was just real good at playing football, right? So I was playing football. Everybody, hey man, what are you doing here? You need to go back and play football. It was just a conversation that I was having on top of me having a kid. When I came home and I looked at my son, I just couldn't do it no more. I just couldn't hang out with the same homeboys. I couldn't go back to the same street corners. I couldn't continue to be the same failure that I was at an early age. So I decided at that time that I needed to make a transition. Now, it didn't happen overnight. I put it into work at that time when my first son was being born, that I got to do something different, because the path that I was going down wasn't going to have a happy ending, and I wanted to see my son, right, do good things with his life. So I had to decide at that point the decisions I was making wasn't going to allow me to see his future, and I didn't want to go down that path no more. You guys give it up for her for her question. Thank you. What's your name, young lady? Jemiah, and what's your question?
How you cope with all the hate?
Hey, she said, Coach, I'm out here every day. I got all these haters. How do you deal with your haters? Right? Because they hating on Jemiah, I guess. Here's a good question. I'm going to be honest. I get a lot of hate, right? How do you deal with all the hate? You ignore the hate, because I view hate as a form of flattery. They're hating on you because you're doing something positive, Jemiah. They're hating on you because you're giving them something to talk about. You can't invest your energy in what people have to say about you. And I know as young kids, young men, and young women, a lot of the time, we like to think about what people think about us, right? Instagram. How many of you guys got Instagram? Snapchat, Facebook, social media, right? Those outlets cause you to think that you have to keep up with the next person. Those outlets make you think that you're not good enough because somebody else on their social media app looks like this, does that, dressed like this. That's not it at all. How you deal with the hate, how you deal with the people that don't like you, whatever, you just ignore them. You just focus on you. You just be disciplined in yourself. You just know the character that you display to the world is a positive character. You just know the integrity that you have about yourself is a special type of one, and it doesn't matter what anybody out there has to say about Jemiah. Everybody understand that? So you just ignore the hate. That's a good question. Appreciate you. Give her a round of applause. Oh, now everybody want to raise their hand. And this young lady right here. So here you go. Come on, run DMC. Wait, hold on. I'm going to do one better. Hey, who the principal want to hear from? He said he need an 8th grader. What's your name? I'm going to get the young lady first.
Zenaya.
Zenaya. What's your question for everybody, or for me?
I was going to ask you, were you just following people when you was going down the bad path?
That's a great question. Coach OTB, were you just following people when you're going down your bad path? So that's probably like a 2-point, 3-part question. Yes and no. And this is going to resonate with a lot of you guys in here. Now, I might didn't realize until I was older. Yeah, I was following people because I was involved in some type of activity and some type of people that I shouldn't have been involved with, gang activity, the whole nine. So yeah, I was following that crowd. And whatever they were doing, I was doing, right? I was off the porch early. Whatever they were doing, I was doing. And second, it was just a cry for attention. I was just crying for attention, and a lot of you guys could probably relate to that. And I know you heard this before. Any type of attention, whether it is negative or positive, is good attention when you're not getting any attention. So when I was going down that wrong path, my cry for help was just because I needed the attention. I may not have got it at home from my parents. I have 5 siblings. I was a middle child. I used to get beat up and bullied by both sides, older and younger. They jumped me for fun because I was just annoying. Anytime I went out the house, I was looking for attention. I may have been following, but it was also a cry for help. So a lot of stuff that you guys are doing at this age, and a lot of people do at the age, is for attention. Seek positive attention. Seek positive reinforcement. Seek positive encouragement. If somebody's doing something that you don't think is right, you don't got to go down that path. Matter of fact, you could be the light that says, hey, I don't think that's a good decision. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do that, and you might not want to do that either. And then they might want to follow your decision. So after the fact, the influence that you have may lead somebody to follow your decision making. I appreciate that question, man. You give her a handshake for that. Me and hand clap. What's your name?
Anodi.
Anodi. Everybody give Anodi a round of applause for being up here. What's your question?
How did you get noticed and how can I get noticed?
He had a good question. How do you get noticed and how did I get noticed and how can you get noticed?
What can I do to get noticed?
Noticed in what?
Like basketball.
Basketball. He said, how can you get noticed in basketball? And this applies for any sports. This applies for life. And before I get out of here, I know he gave me a great segue into my AAAs. How do you get noticed, right? Whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's student council, whether it's anything in life, you got to align yourself properly. You got to understand the assignment and you got to pay attention to details. Now, what I just did, I gave you guys Coach OTB's AAAs. My first AAA is alignment. You got to align yourself with whatever it is that you want to do, right? So you got to put yourself in position to be seen. That means you got to be at practice. You got to be working hard. You got to be at the student council meetings. You got to align yourself with that. Then you got to know the assignment, the second part of your AAAs, right? What's the assignment? Well, what does that entail? Basketball, I got to work hard. I got to know my plays. I got to have technique. I got to have fundamentals. Student council, am I running for president? You got to know the assignment, know what you're applying for, knowing what the job details. So make sure you understand the assignment. Make sure you're putting in the work to get the assignment done. The last A for your AAA is attention to detail. Attention to detail, I'm just paying attention to everything that involves with what I want to do. I know I got to work hard. I know I got to get good grades. I know I got to be focused. I know I got to be disciplined. I know I got to have integrity. So I got to pay attention to details within every situation behind whatever I want to do. If I want to be the president, if I want to be a doctor, I got to align myself. I got to position myself right. I got to execute the assignment. I got to pay attention to detail. Another attention to detail is I'm not going to get it done if I'm following everybody else, right? I'm not going to get it done if I'm just doing what the masses are doing. I got to do the hard work. I got to do the gritty work to get to where I want to be. You got to practice and you got to master your AAAs. Alignment, assignment, attention to detail. I appreciate that question, and I love the kids. I'm done. I got to get out of here. Real quick, we're going to have an opportunity to get pictures, but let me speak one time to that alignment, assignment, attention to detail. I want you guys to practice your AAAs every morning when you get up before you leave the house. You have to align yourself with the day. You got to get up when your alarm clock gets you up. Go in there, wash your face, brush your teeth, say a prayer, do whatever you got to do. You got to align yourself with the day. What do I have to do today? I got to get prepared for whatever I have to do today. What is the assignment for today? I have to go to school and be the best model citizen, model student I could be at school. I got to get my homework done. I got to listen to my teachers. I got to be disciplined. When I get out of school, I got to come home. I got to do my chores, right? I got to know my assignment. My attention to detail. My attention to detail is a very big one, right? You got to understand your situation. You got to understand your circumstance. You got to understand what you're up against every day when you walk out the house. Everybody understand that. The world don't want you to win already. Every morning you wake up, it's going to be hard just based on your circumstances, based on how you look, based on how you dress, based on how you speak, based on where you live. That is the attention to the detail. Align yourself with the day. Attack the assignment of the day. And the attention to detail is the world don't want you to win, so you got to want to win. Everybody understand that? The world doesn't want you to win, so you got to want to win. Everybody understand that? Hey, that's an outside-the-box mind state. That's how you can put your name on the map. I appreciate everybody. But before I get out of here, one time for the one time, and if it's okay with the teachers and if it's okay with the staff, I'm going to come stand over here on this table because I don't like to listen too much to rules every now and then. I like to break them. Now, I need everybody to come stand around me, and then we're going to hit the what's up, fellas. We in North Philly. I want them to feel it in West Philly, South Philly, wherever. Man, they got to feel it in Jersey, across the turnpike. We're going to do this one time. Here we go, here we go. I appreciate everybody having me out here. I appreciate Principal having me out here. I appreciate you guys listening to me. You know why I came. You know what I'm here for. Put your name on the map. Yeah! Put your family on the map. Yeah! Put your school on the map. Yeah! One time for the one time. What's up, Lily? Nah, that's like, y'all ready to go? I'm gonna wrap it up, man. We did all that for that. Hey, what's up, Lily? What's up, Lily? What's up, Lily? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lily on me, Lily on 3. 1, 2, 3. I love you guys with God love. I appreciate you.